We're still on the hunt for a running back in Dynasty Depot, 500 high stakes FFPC Dynasty, and we're looking for an upgrade in the pros versus Joes Superflex. Dan, let's get to work.
Go district, you know the Pope listens. Dynasty, our religion, for the blokes missing. On all of these trades, on all of these plays, on all of these grades. By the end of the day, y'all getting played. So, what you gonna do next? Try to fill up that flex? Send the homie a text? That trash offers the best? You try to make it complex, then they text you back. Now all of a sudden they don't make any sense. Broaden your horizons, boy. Dynasty's not for the Simons, boy. These trades not for consignment, boy. Respect your opponent, y'all some piranhas, boy. This my advice, from me to you. Open up your cute little podcast queue. Search up GOAT District, my dude. Pop it in your ear, man, y'all know what to do. It's the... And I'll always be traded. And I'll always be traded. And I'll always be trading. Y'all try to betray them, but first you gotta bait them. Fish.
What is up, Dynasty Land? Welcome back to the Owners Lounge, where myself, JD, and Dan, the overhyped sleeper, no E on the end on the Twitter machine. I'm JD, Goat District. We're just working those high-stakes streets, Dan. We're still on the hunt for a running back in Dynasty Depot. Last week, just to give a quick recap, guys, go check out the show. They're not long. They're 20, 30 minutes, maybe sometimes 40 minutes. But talking trades, talking through, putting proposals together, everything related to co-owning Dynasty teams. So Dan, Dynasty Depot, 500 buy-in, bunch of sharks. We sent a couple offers to G-Dubs, our buddy G-Dubs, trying to get Derrick Henry. We sent Elijah Moore and a second straight up for Henry.
Yep.
I filtered through my reject emails, Dan, through my, you just go right to the top and you just go rejected. And then they all come up. And then Amari Cooper with a second rounder we sent for Henry and a third to come back. We got rejected on both, but we did get some comments.
Yes, exactly. So, as we talked about last episode, we kind of did a little bit of talking with G-Dub Cybart and, just talked through Twitter a little bit. And he expressed that he was willing to make a trade of a running back, but either he was willing to just trade Madison or else he wanted to do a bigger deal that involved us moving Tyreek Hill. So we're not super interested in just trading Madison. So I think we're going to take a look and see if there's a deal that works for us that would send Tyreek Hill and bring back a really, really stud running back.
Yeah, like we said before we came on, if we're moving someone like Hill, we see him as a top 3, at least top 5 receiver, especially going into 2023. Like, these are high stakes leagues. We look to win every year, Dan. We're not looking to, float until we get that first pick or whatever it is that people do. We want to make some cash, that's kind of the name of the game. So if we're giving up Hill, we want a really nice piece back. And when you're looking at running back and you're moving a piece like that from whether it's a receiver, a tight end, or high-end quarterback, if you're getting a running back, age does become a factor, Dan. As much as we say we look at the sport at that position one season at a time, getting Derrick Henry and moving Tyreek Hill is a, what's that, minus EV type of move?
Right. Yeah, for sure. So it would have to be better than Henry, no doubt about it.
So to me, there's one name that stands out right away, which is Breece Hall.
Yep. And this is, so our roster is on the left and G-Dub's roster is on the right.
Exactly. So right now, running back, we've got Aaron Jones, Leonard Fournette, Singletary, like not much. Sean Tucker, Tank Bigsby, a lot of depth, not a lot of oomph. So this is exactly why we're trying to make a move right now. to make that position more competitive and make this team competitive. Because we can work with an anchor RB, Dan, going into the season, but when you don't have, you've got Aaron Jones, and he can definitely be a nice anchor, but you don't want to go into the season with just one guy to depend on at that position.
Right, exactly. None of the rest of the guys, they can hold us by for a little while, but you don't want to start bleeding points in Dynasty too quickly. If you can get out to a strong start, you can force other teams to chase you. You can force them to start maybe making moves that they'd rather not make. So just I would rather have the pressure on the other teams than the pressure on us.
What do you think the value difference dynasty wise? Because my head is just from seeing all these boards in our best balls and stuff. You see them close together, right? Well, Hill's going ahead, obviously, end of the first round, and then Brees is going kind of back end of the second, sometimes into the third, rarely.
Yeah. But dynasty-wise, I think Brees is the more valuable piece just because youth. Plus, he's a potential bell cow running back when there are not many. So dynasty-wise, I suspect it's probably, top of my head, I'd say Hill plus the second would be a reasonable offer for Brees. I think that's pretty much in the ballpark. I don't know. Do you have a trade up calculator?
Yeah, the other one that I sometimes will throw it into, and we've talked about this, is keep trade cut.
Yep.
The thing I like about that one is when there's a difference underneath, it'll give you kind of some options, some pieces that are of that value of the difference. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, they've got guys like Jamal Williams, Isaiah Likely, Jimmy G, Nico Collins as the difference. It's basically 6,200 to like 5,400 ish in favor of Brees Hall. When I use our friends over at Player Profiler, it's quite a bigger difference. You're looking at 237 to 155. Okay. So depending on G Dubs, I don't think he's a calculator guy, but you would know better than I do.
He's not opposed to checking every now and then. Why don't you throw up like a mid-second with Tyreek and the keep trade cut in with a Player Profiler and see.
It's 211. Brings us to 211 to 237.
In
Player Profiler.
Player Profiler. Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty close.
And then with the other one, it's 8,400 to 77, which is fine because, again, when you're buying the bigger piece, you don't mind overpaying a bit in the offer. I don't mind when it's a top end piece like that. I think, Dan, you're pretty similar.
Yeah.
All right. So, we could start there.
Okay. So Brees for Hill in a second.
Yeah, because look at he's got Henry, J.K. Dobbins, James Conner, Madison, Warren, Kendre Miller. Like, he's stacked at running back.
And that would give us a foundational piece, that's, I hate spending a ton for running backs, but, Brees is just, he's 22 years old.
There's exceptions, Dan, and
right.
He's definitely one of them. The age is definitely a big factor. You like Rodgers going there now. It totally changes the game in New York.
Yeah, and there's talk of Dalvin maybe landing in New York with the Jets, which I think, if that gives him any sort of nervousness about Brees Hall, then that works to our advantage.
Yeah. It's the similar. I was talking this week on our show, guys. Make sure you go check it out. We had Randy Memphis Young from Dynasty Warzone on Wednesday night. Every week, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Player Profiler channel. You can find us. And we did an all Dynasty buys and sells. Make sure you go check that out this past show. But
yep. So that would be one possibility. So should I go ahead and send that?
Yeah, I think that's a good start.
Okay. And then I have another idea brewing in the back of my head. So
I have another one. Another name popped in my head when you were saying that, and that was kind of the point there, but I want to hear yours first. I'll let you know what I was thinking.
Okay. So what I was thinking is, let me pull up G-Dub's roster again. So he's got Dobbins, who is also interesting to me. Is he interesting to you at all?
Yeah, Dan, you know Dobbins, my boy.
So, but I think Hill is worth more than Dobbins. But what about if we did like Hill plus Waller for Dobbins plus Hawkinson? The negative of that is then we're really tied into the Minnesota offense because we have Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson, but we get significantly younger at tight end.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, Dan, going into this year for me.
Right. Yeah, the only thing I worry about is, like when you get to the money weeks,
oh, yes.
and you're in the playoffs, sometimes it can be an either or thing. Either Jefferson has a great week or Hawkinson has a great week. It basically gives you a better floor, but, ceiling is often what we need in the playoffs. But, of course, the playoffs are a long, long time from now, so there could be other moves we make.
All right, let me see what the values are, like where we're missing.
Okay.
It's pretty close. I mean, it's 225 Dobbins side to 200, 201.
Okay.
You could just throw like a pick in there.
225 Dobbins side, you said, to 201 our side?
Yeah. You could throw like a third or second or swap. Do a swap, like a second for a third.
Yeah, something like that. Okay. And then what's keep trade cut say? Are you on the Superflex or the regular? I always forget, and I have to switch back over from Superflex when I'm on that site.
Well, you know what though? It didn't even change anything.
Really? Okay.
Like for the Hawkins, the TJ Hawk one.
Yeah. So the weird thing about keep trade cut is when we're doing tight ends, keep trade cut does not have a tight end premium option.
Yeah.
So it way devalues the tight ends. Which when you're trading tight end for tight end, maybe it doesn't matter as much, but I guess I would trust. I would trust the other one.
And that's if there's tight ends involved. That's usually where I go if I'm trying to measure a trade proposal.
Right.
Just because, it is a pretty big factor. You can try to adjust it yourself. If you're you're stuck or you don't have access to another calculator or something, you can definitely you can put in the difference yourself in your head. But so, are you sending those? You sending those offers?
Are you okay with the Tyreek and Waller for Hawkinson and Dobbins?
Yeah, man, start the conversation. See what he says.
All right, we're gonna do it.
I'm trying to see who has Walker because he's the other name that popped in my head as people that are nervous about.
Oh, count me in. I'm nervous.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a big Walker fan.
What about?
I think he's a great runner, but I don't think he's a very good receiver, and I think that's just going to end up hamstringing him. All right, so I'm sending that offer just straight up: Hawkinson, Dobbins, Tyreek, Waller.
You're not adding anything on our side or no? Maybe throw a third.
All right, I'll throw a third.
Yeah, just throw a third.
All right.
Kicker lives matters. He's got a nice stable of running backs. Do you think we can squeeze Gibson off of his hands?
Well, let's see.
His tight ends are Gesicki, McBride, Mallory. I mean, he's not crushing it at tight end.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure who, maybe if he thinks of Juwan Johnson as a upgrade over Gesicki, which he might, I wouldn't mind doing something like that. But I wonder if we could send just a second for Gibson too.
Like a pick, yeah. I mean, he's got Lawrence, Etienne stack, Penny, Pacheco. He's got pretty good sneaky pieces. He's missing his second. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, we've got his second.
We have his, actually.
Yeah, because we traded Pacheco to him.
Well, we can send him ours.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I can send it if you want him on there right now.
Second.
Are you sending it? All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm working.
Do it. Do it, Dan. Do it.
All right. Second for Gibson. See what happens there. Okay.
Anyone else running back wise that you think people are maybe? What about we talked about Miles Sanders with Randy this week. He got me he moved up my ranks a little bit.
Yeah, I'm definitely big on Sanders. I'm trying to remember who
Taco
has
Core.
him.
Taco Core.
Taco has him?
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. Okay.
I mean, he's got the Kamara.
I think we made an offer
make
for
an offer
Sanders
already?
before. Yeah, he was just like Taco was just like I'm not trading running backs. So
Okay.
yeah, I thought that sounded familiar. Dynasty Depot, he's got.
Yeah, they went in early with running backs. No, oh yeah, they got Jacobs, Najee.
Yep.
Did we offer for Najee already with them?
No, we haven't.
What about Jacobs? I feel like people. I mean, they have Zamir White, so maybe they're just locked in on that. But I feel like people are, disregarding what Jacobs did last year a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, Najee Harris and Josh Jacobs, weirdly enough, are the same exact age.
Yeah. Well, they're kind of the same guy in my They're very
close.
A
little bit.
Like Jacobs would maybe be in a tier higher just because of what he did last year.
Well, yeah, I like Najee's situation this year better, so I would.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like they're pretty close. Like they're, if you can flip them either way, I think,
right,
value wise, anyways, they're not far off.
All right, so let's see what happens when we toss Najee into the old calculator. And who do you want to try? See if Cooper in a second, our old reliable. See where we get with that.
Yeah, I mean, it always starts the conversation. I'm trying to see, he's got Cousins, Allen, so it's not like we really have a piece that's gonna. We're definitely not sending him Jefferson.
Right.
Unless
Cooper in a second is pretty close. It's 165 for Najee, 151.75 for our side. So
was that Cooper in a second?
That was for Cooper in a second. Yeah.
Yeah, just throw a third in there or something.
Okay. All right.
Just because if you look at he's already got a couple extra guys on his roster, so I don't think that he's really necessarily looking for more bodies.
Right. Totally agree. Okay, so Najee Harris, and we could also do the Elijah Moore in a second and a third. It's basically because Elijah Moore and Cooper are about the same value.
Yeah.
And some people like the surety of Amari Cooper, and some people like the promise of Elijah Moore. So. All right, so Cooper in a second and third.
Brandon Cook, I don't mind trying.
Yeah, he's the problem is I think he's got more. He doesn't have that much trade value. Like Elijah Moore has more trade value just because he's so much younger.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we did Brandon Cooks, we'd probably have to it'd be Cooks in a first.
True.
So.
Yeah, we're not deep enough at receiver to send two.
Right.
All right. Let's see who else. If there's maybe try one more, and then we can go over to how are we on time? Yeah, and then we can go over to Pros versus Joes. See if we can get an upgrade there.
All right. So we have 5 offers out. In 20 minutes.
Did we make offers for Mixon already in this league?
No, I'm not sure who has them.
Fairways.
Fairways?
No. I mean, the team's not. I mean, he's got Kelsey and Kittle.
All right.
And he's got Jalen Hurts. but Mixon is the only thing he's got at running back. He's got Algier and Zeke. P. Ryan.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's kind of
that's why I think it's going to be hard to get Mixon because he's not going to. Yeah, he's going to be going for it this year.
Yeah,
I'm looking at his roster, and Mixon's basically he's kind of in the same situation we are on running back. He just doesn't really have a good second running back. He's hoping Algier, is significant enough. P. Ryan goes long enough. Yep.
All right. Smoking Joe's. He's got Bijan. He's got James Cook. Yeah, Swift. Not bad. So he's probably not moving any of those because he doesn't have much behind them.
Right.
What about Andrew? What does he have? He doesn't like running backs. He's got 4 of them.
Yeah.
This is such a Shelley.
Yeah. Andrew, he's looking to rebuild, and basically he has made it known that if we trade our first, he'll probably trade us Rashad White, but I'm not sure I like that deal.
No, I don't. All right. So let's go to PVJ.
Yep.
So on this team, we're slim at receiver and then deeper at running back, which is nice.
Yep. So we're the top roster that you can see here.
It is super flex.
Yep.
Cousins, Lamar, Minshew, leading the way at quarterback. And then we've got, we nailed, remember we made those big moves. You guys can go check out a past episode. One of our first episodes actually of this very show, we made moves in a rookie draft and went and got A-Chain, Charbonneau, and Kendre Miller. And then we also ended up with Sean Tucker in that same draft. We do have Pacheco on this team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we also got Tyreek Hill in that rookie draft. Traded away our first.
That's right. Love that move.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So, I mean, we could try to move a guy like Pacheco. Did we try that? We tried that already.
Yeah. Really, we can move Pacheco. We can move, Brandon Cooks, Darnell Mooney, Rondell Moore. One thing I wouldn't mind doing here, I'm not sure who has Waller, but I would be okay with some sort of an Engram Waller flip because I think Waller's going to have.
You think Waller's going to be this year's Engram?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, he's more expensive, but at least in best ball. In Dynasty, I think he's cheaper. I'm curious now.
Is it Pat Crane that's got him? No.
It's Cavalry Golden Tanks.
Oh, okay.
The bottom roster you can see there.
Well, he doesn't have much in the way of running backs. Got Aaron Jones, and that's about it. Jamal Williams. Kamara's a ticking time bomb right now.
Yeah, so it has Waller as being a little bit more expensive than Engram.
Like, do you just want to swap it and then add a pick or something?
Well, what I'm thinking here maybe is I'm just looking at his roster. He's got Mahomes and Burrow, so he's definitely very quarterback heavy.
He's maybe someone we can get Pacheco involved.
Yeah, because if we could get Aaron Jones and Waller and give him some youth at running back, I mean, we're loading up for a title here, and Aaron Jones would be an ideal piece for that.
And that might entice me to go back to the other roster and look at moving Aaron Jones to see what we can do there.
Right.
So we're not too weight in the one guy.
Yeah, so most people like Charbonneau the best out of our young running backs. So let's see. All right. And he does have Mahomes, so Pacheco might be of interest to him for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first place I'm going with my Pacheco offers, especially Superflex. Does he have any other KC players? He's got Rashee Rice. So for him, that'd be like a nice young triple stack. So guys, we drop these. We don't do them live. We edit these down for you guys, but let us know in the comments what you like, don't like in the the format, the way we do these. Whether it's us talking through the trades or anything. Any comments, man? Let us know what you think of the offers. You think they're light, not good? Maybe you see somewhere else that you would have targeted. Let us know any feedback, guys. We're open to it. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you smash the like button if you're watching, and if you're listening in podcast format, drop us a little review or a little I don't even know what they do in podcast, Dan. What do they give you, stars?
Something like that, yeah.
All right,
it's easier to do on Apple, it seems, than on the Android formats. But
is it?
Yeah, we appreciate anything you can do like that.
Exactly. All right, did you get it figured out? Oh, you got it right there. Look at you, eh? All profesh on the screen.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
And that was a deal that kind of made sense to me intuitively, and I think it just leaves us a lot of outs and gives us stronger players to put into our starting lineup.
I agree.
Because in the super flex, you can only flex one player, so depth at wide receiver and running back is a little bit less important than it is in some other formats.
Send it. I like that.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah, especially we got all three of those rookie running backs. I mean, we still have Kendra and A-Chain.
Yeah. So we still have plenty of decent options here.
All right, that's a good one.
All right. That was
Cavalry.
Was that Cavalry. That's
yeah.
It. All right, so we're gonna send Charbonneau and Pacheco and Engram, and that's a deal that makes sense for him because it gives him a little bit more, gives him some youth, and it gives him, a couple more options at running back too. He goes from one option to two different ones.
Yeah, he's got outs. He's got
Right.
a couple outs at running back, and then trying to see what other rosters we can throw in a couple. What are we at time wise? All right, we got
trade offered. And then just to review, we did send an offer to Smash Accept. He has not, doesn't look like he's been on the site to look at it, but we sent Rashad Penny, Rondale Moore, Isaiah Pacheco for Joe Mixon. So kind of a similar style offer.
Do you want to send Matt Thrashers a second for Gibson too? See if he takes it.
On this team, I'm not sure if Gibson does what we're looking to do because I think we need to get.
Unless you want to make him an offer for JK.
Where's he at? Okay,
same team, Mad Thrashers.
All right, let me pull up the trade screen here. Yeah, so he's got Jonathan Taylor. That would definitely be of interest to us, or J.K. Dobbins, either one.
Yeah, I think those are probably the two guys I would target on this team.
Okay. So
that would mean moving youth.
Yeah. So let's see what happens if we.
He doesn't have much at receiver. He's got Keenan. Actually, he's got Kirk, Allen, Pittman, Watson. Yeah, actually, he does.
All right, so I think Dobbins is probably going to be
a lot easier to get.
Yeah. So,
what are you thinking? What are you looking at moving wise? One of the.
I'm looking at. We could probably send Pacheco and Charbonneau, or maybe, yeah, we could do something like that. I'm just trying to see what his needs are. He's pretty strong. He's got a pretty strong team overall.
Yeah.
No areas where I see a particular big weakness or whatever. So
This would just get kind of like the other. It would just give him more outs at running back.
Right. So if we did Pacheco and Pacheco and Charbonneau is worth more than Dobbins, I think, but it also might make sense for us to just level up like that.
Like take the difference.
Right, because
What's it showing as anyways? What's it show as?
It shows as there we go.
I just moved it. What's the why is this so weird? There we go. 168 and 127.
But anyway, yeah, we could throw a third on there. Have him throw a third on back to us.
Yeah, I mean, even on the other keep trade, it's a pretty big difference. 74 to 4,800.
Okay.
The difference is more like a second.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, because I'm wondering, like, what's the value difference even between Dobbins and Sharps? Yeah, you know what? I mean, I think you're probably right. This is one of those where maybe the calculator doesn't feel right, but it feels right when you think about the players.
Yeah, I mean, if we did Pacheco and Charbonneau for Dobbins in a third, I mean that kind of feels right to me. We'll ask for that Blitzburg third because I think that's the worst team, so it's probably going to be a higher third.
Yeah, you know what? I don't mind doing that because we don't even have a legit, like, Pacheco is like basically starting right now for us, and P. Ryan.
Right.
Maybe Penny.
Yeah, we have options for sure.
No, I'm just talking like getting one guy that's solid every week start. Like that's how I see Dobbins this year.
Exactly. All right, so let's try that. Ready for me to hit send?
I don't even know who that is, Mad Thrashers, you know?
No.
Is he? Do you know if he's a pro or a Joe? Probably Joe.
Yeah, I think a Joe for sure.
Okay. Do we have ammunition for a JT offer? We don't have a first.
Problem is to send JT, then we probably got to send one of our frontline wide receivers. I don't think he's going to send JT for the old box of spare parts or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think without sending Tyreek or AJ Brown,
which
I just don't think it makes enough sense for us.
Okay, you know what? I think that's good for today.
Okay.
I think we got.
So I'll go ahead and send this one then.
Yeah. So maybe recap the offers in this one, and then maybe we can go back and just recap the other ones.
Yep. Let me switch over. Okay. So here's the three offers that we have in our pros versus Joes. First one, smash accept. Sending Penny, Rondale Moore, Isaiah Pacheco for Joe Mixon, hopefully.
It's a pretty nice offer.
Yep. Cavalry Golden Tanks. We're sending Engram, Pacheco, Charbonneau for Waller, Aaron Jones. And Mad Thrashers, sending Pacheco and Charbonneau for Dobbins and a third.
Okay, nice. And then back to the depot.
All right.
Dynasty Depot, 500 buy-in. Trying to get ourselves a workhorse.
Yes. All right. So there we have two offers to G-Dub. We've got Brees Hall for Tyreek and a second. We have Waller, Tyreek, and a third for Hawkinson and Dobbins. And then an offer to Kicker Lives Matter. A second for Gibson. And then a couple offers to Dynasty Depot. We've got Amari Cooper, a second and a third for Najee. And then we also have the same offer, but with instead of Amari Cooper, it's Elijah Moore.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right, guys. So, I mean, we walked through a bunch of offers there. We've got 5 in the depot, and we had, I think, 4 or 5 in the. So, 10. We cranked out 10 in about 30 minutes. Dan, that's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
Hopefully, one of them goes through. We'll let you guys know. We'll update you guys on the next one. Make sure you tune in every week. We're gonna try to drop these. I just came from the family walk, man, just sweating all. Dan's out there getting the boat ready to cruise the wife around the lake. But no, man, this is fun. We got together, got some offers out. We'll see what happens, and we'll update you guys in the next episode. Like I said, make sure you smash the like, guys. If you like what we're doing, drop some comments. Any feedback is always welcome.
Go district, the Pope listens. Dynasty, our religion, for the blokes missing. On all of these trades, on all of these plays, on all of these grades. By the end of the day, y'all getting played. So, what you gonna do next? Try to fill up that flex? Send the homie a text. That trash offer's the best. You try to make it complex, then they text you back. Now all of a sudden, they don't make any sense. Broaden your horizons, boy. Dynasty's not for the Simons, boy. These trades not for consignment, boy. Respect your opponent, y'all some piranhas, boy. This my advice, from me to you. Open up your cute little podcast queue. Search up GOAT District, my dude. Pop it in your ear, man, y'all know what to do. It's the... And I always be trading. And I always be trading. And I always be trading. Y'all try to betray them, but first you gotta bait them. Fish.